My name's Alex, and I'm a 47-year-old man who lives in Oxfordshire in England, and I am just starting to get into gardening. Now, to give you a bit of background, I live with my partner and her daughter. I have a son who is around 18, and he's flown the nest. So I found myself a little bit of empty nest syndrome, and all of a sudden, after having him as much as I could most of the time for the last nearly 18 years, now he's quite often working and doing his own thing, and I found myself with needing to find basically a new hobby. And um, I moved into this house a couple of years ago. I must confess, I've never been a gardener. I've never been into gardening, but now I'm obsessed basically. So it's a bit of a grey day here today, but it's been super sunny. It's April. I bought a greenhouse, which I'm inside now, as you can probably see. Um, and I'm literally just starting. So what I'm going to try and do, or my idea is, I'm going to show you everything I've done, everything I'm doing. Um, I am a bit of a geek. I do like sort of tools and things like that. So I'll show you what I've bought, and I'll tell you what I think of them. Um, Everything at the moment, I mean, I'm brand new. Everything I've bought at the moment, I've just bought with my own money. So um, there's no advantage to me to try and sell anything or whatever. Some stuff is growing, some stuff isn't, some stuff I've made. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Let's see how we go. So, I'm not sure if this is the best advert really. I heard some advice that things that go together grow together. So I've basically turned one tomato planter. I've absolutely just done a hatchet job on it. I think. Hi, Len. Hang on. I know. Look. Go on. What are you doing? Out. So it looks like some sort of horror movie for plants, but these are tomatoes. And then I'm listening to different advice, and some people are saying water them, and some say don't water them. So I didn't water them yesterday. This is basil. I mean, it's alive. The basil plants were literally just like 3 that were on special offer, like in the shop. So, and I've also had some garlic that was going over, so I've like stuffed those in here. I don't know that it's going to work. That's gone a bit brown. Anyway, so that's a bit of a mishmash, that one. These are both cucumbers. Now this one seems fine, which is weird because this one a little bit more every night seems to disappear. So something's coming in and eating that specific one. I'm not sure why. If you know why, please comment and tell me how to stop it, because he's slowly deteriorating and I don't think that one's very fair. These are peas which my partner Gemma planted, and we've got another gutter with beans in it. I think they're starting to come up. That's just something else. Okay, so that's that side of the greenhouse. I'll do another video for the other side. So this I'm super proud of, because I went and bought these bits from like Wix's yesterday. I don't know if I have to say like other DIY shops are available, whatever, before I get sued or something. And the rest I made out of a pallet, because we did have like a camping table type thing, and I know it's a greenhouse and whatever, but I don't know, I think that kind of looks a bit more rustic, you know. Anyway, yeah, cool. So I have some success here. Now I planted pretty much straight into compost with some seeds, and retrospectively I think I should have put some, I bought some like coconut sort of seedling mix, and then I mixed it both together. So I'm going to plant in a bit of a mix next time, and I'll go through what that is. So however, even just for me, I have a tomato coming up, which is a golden sunrise. Come on, little fella. Quite a lot of basil is coming up. That's some mint. There, mint. This tray, I planted just some like ends of stuff, like literally food that I was eating. I'm also trying to reuse and recycle stuff, so I've got like these things that you get grapes in, like pots. That was in a yogurt pot, although I'm not actually sure what went in there. I seem to have lost the label. Is there a label? I don't know. Oh yeah, there is. Chives. I put these little things over, which is thinking, I think. No, I can't see anything in those ones. Not a lot is happening there. This one, Gemma, these ones Gemma put in. She's far more sensible than me, and obviously did them properly, and so I would imagine they will get loads better than the hatchet job tomato one I've just shown you. And these are all strawberries. They went in a little bit later. This compost is a little bit finer. That one I've mixed with stuff. I've watered it. Not a lot going on there at the moment. Oh, coriander in a pot. Again, that's got newer stuff. That I already bought. I love coriander. I also actually love cooking. So herbs, mainly coriander and basil. I like cooking curries and what I would call sort of Mediterranean food mainly. Sorry, I've just left you looking at a bit of wood. There it is. But again, they were like plants that were on special offer. You've probably just seen it. They were like reduced at Sainsbury's, so they've hopefully that will just come up and keep growing, I guess. So anyway, so that's, oh, and then this side, this is just like a camping table thing that we had, and we've got bits and bobs in there and this string and stuff, but I'll do a separate video for the tools and stuff that I've bought. So I've just done my introduction video, and you might have seen Lenny come in during it. I love Lenny, but anyone who's got a dog, he's a bit of a nightmare dog. He just is just a calamity. Well, he just knocked over this thing. So this gutter that has got some stuff already planted in it. And this is Gemma's, and Gemma's my partner, and I love her very much, but she's going to be cross when she sees this. She's actually filming it, and he did it behind me while I was doing the thing, so I don't know if these have germinated. I don't even know if I know what the word germinated means. I think that just means when they start. So I'm going to try and put this back in sort of order. Sorry if you're just looking at the back of my head. But I'm going to try and put this back in sort of how it was. Oh goodness me, they're everywhere. And then, you know, I mean, flipping heck, they're sort of like descended from things that grow in the wild, you know. They must be pretty. These things must sort of have some sort of hardiness to them. Right, well, I guess that's sort of a bit. Oh, there's a bee. I guess that's some sort of a little bit of like reality. These things happen. Not everything's perfect, is it? So cover him up there. Right, perfect. Back to normal. So I don't know if I can stitch this together with the last video because Gemma came to say goodbye because she was going to work. It's not mega really early-ish for me. I'm like, it's about 8 o'clock I suppose in the morning in England. Right, so I quite like little multi-tools and fiddly bits and you know, just stuff really that that you can look into and buy, and I think like a lot of blokes I like sort of researching stuff. So this has been really good to feed my obsession with you know, these little bits. So I was first of all trying to always fit in a little pocket knife or a little multi-tool or whatever, or secateurs in my pockets. It was ripping my pockets apart. So I bought this. It's got a little belt clip on the back. I think it's probably for like, I guess it would be really good for like electricians and stuff like that. They'd probably, but anyway, I just clip it on my belt now, and I carry in it some work gloves, which I already had. These are just Amazon buy. I've got a leather palm, which I use for most other stuff now, but they're just basic work gloves, just if I've got you know, thorns and stuff like that. But I use those for everything anyway, to be honest. If I'm doing whatever, doing stuff on the car or a bit of woodwork if I need them. I bought some secateurs. These are Darlac secateurs, and they are, now I quite like this because I'm not political, or I don't want this to be political, but I'm trying not to buy American stuff anymore because of the current situation with Trump and etc. So I'm trying to find English stuff, and I'm looking more and more into stuff that was made in the UK or, you know, UK companies. Well, I found Darlac, who are quite an old company, I think, but they've also been bought out by Mr. Fothergill's Seeds, which I just think is, I don't know, really cute. It's really sweet. So I bought these, which are the Expert Pruner Large. Now, I've got loads to compare them to, but they look, I think they look like the ones that you get Falco, which are quite a famous brand, which I really also only found out about. So they feel quite robust. You can probably hear like they're quite well engineered. They've also got this locking mechanism on it, and you can do it to there, which means that they only open so far, so if you're doing smaller stuff, or lock it, or open completely and they open a lot bigger. Sorry, I just had to pause that because next door we're doing their bins. Yeah, you can open it right up and it goes a lot bigger, so 2 settings. And then obviously just lock them up. So they do feel really robust. I think you can replace bits of them as well, should you need to. When it's locked, it seems to, there's still a little bit of play in it. I don't know if that makes any difference. Probably not. I am only gardening, pruning, shears. I also bought a smaller version. This does not have the double locking thing. These are quite a lot smaller. Actually, these are really like, I don't know if I almost prefer these. I think these are called the compact. These are like the cheapest ones. They're like a tenner. They've got a locket, just a basic locking thing. I think this is probably quite a traditional looking set. I think I actually prefer these. They're like, I don't think I've got particularly small hands, but these are like really cool to use. These feel a bit more, I suppose they are a bit more hardcore. I think these can go up to like 20 mil thick things. I think these are probably only good for like 10. So it's probably not a bad thing to have both. I don't actually have both in this wallet thing. Yeah, anyway, I also bought, which I believe are made in England, these Kenton Stowe clips, which I'm not gonna lie, I haven't actually needed to use yet. They lock differently, they lock with this thing. And I must say, I'm sorry Kenton Stowe, because obviously I do want to promote English made stuff, but I've actually oiled this, and this clip is so stiff. It's got these little, I don't know if you can see them, like little, these things here, like I think you're supposed to put your fingers in it, but it's not super comfortable, to be honest. I don't mind if I look like a wimp, but anyway, little clippers. Just think, yeah, sort your locking thing out, Kent and Stowe. Oh, I'm sure they do the job. Haven't really needed to use them yet. I haven't actually used these yet, I'm not going to lie. These both used. Like I said, I've got nothing really much to compare it to, but they'll go through, well, they've gone through everything in my garden like butter, to be honest with you. I don't know why I don't think you'd need much more than that unless you're going through like oak or branches or something, which I think is probably a different tool. Anyway, there you go. There's some of the stuff I'm using right now. So I think I said in my introduction that I made this out of, well, those I just got a couple of 2x4s. I don't know, 2x4s, I don't know what they are. Probably measure it in millimetres now. Anyway, got a little bit of like pieces of wood. This was an old pallet, so I've basically cut it off and made the best of it that I can. And to be honest, I kind of quite like it because it's a bit rustic and it looks like it's been here for about 100 years. Some places did use I'm a bit of a Makita fanboy. Got the Makita impact driver. I think it was a bit much for some of this. It literally just went through it and just smashed it all to pieces. But again, not to worry. Kind of goes with the aesthetic, I suppose. So anyway, I made this. So I made a bit of my potting table really. Got some little gaps in it. Should let the water run through it. This thing, I just, again, with oddments, it's not actually attached, but it's a little sort of another little stage, and I kind of cut it so it goes through in the middle. And listen, right, before anyone starts saying anything, never claimed to be a carpenter, but I think it's all right. Took me like 20 minutes, and I think it looks, to be honest, I actually think it looks very Instagram. So, brilliant.